he's tough. He hits hard. He's very well-rounded. He's versatile. He's resilient. But I just don't think he has me covered anywhere. I can take this fight wherever I want to. I have every skill set, under the sun to take this fight and beat him across the board.
The Reaper's in the house, Robert Whittaker. Welcome to BT Sport. Welcome back to Abu Dhabi Fight Island. How are you feeling, man? You good?
Yeah, really good, mate. It's good to be here. I'm very lucky to be here. So, it's good. Good times.
We thought we'd get you a good setting, obviously, on the marina circuit, bit of Formula One, looking out over on the yachts and what have you.
I'm feeling very spoiled.
The finer hotel here at the W Hotel, they've been looking after as well. Talk to me about the first experience of fighting on Fight Island, because I'm sure it would have been a very different week. You're used to those big championship weeks where the fans are all over the place, the media's all over you, your time's being pulled left, right and centre. Was it a little calmer the first time round?
Yeah, certainly. I think, I guess to sum it up, it was a unique experience. It's and I'm very lucky to be able to experience it, because it's not going to be around like this forever. It's like for now. But it's just so unique in the sense that, like you said, there's no fans. Everything's very professional. Everyone's keeping their distance. Everyone's wearing masks. It's just like the media is much more spread out. There's a lot less media. And then there's the actual fighting side of it. Like the weigh-ins are smaller. There's no screaming crowds. The fight, there's nobody there. It's very unique, and it's wonderful to experience.
Well, you seem like you're in a really good place, man. And I can see the smile on your face. Obviously, you're happy leading into the fight at the weekend, which we'll talk about in a minute. But a lot of fans, obviously, they see the bright lights of fight night, but they don't necessarily see everything that goes into getting you to that point, especially in a time that we're all going through this pandemic, protocols and various other things, the amounts of tests that you've got to have for COVID, the amounts of quarantine situations that you've got to go in. That's mentally taxing as well as you're preparing for a big fight.
Yeah, definitely. I guess it's not too bad. There's extra steps and there's procedures and protocols we have to follow now, and a lot of COVID tests. A lot of tests. But honestly, it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's nothing extraordinary. It's nothing like you have to drag yourself to do. It's not that bad. I honestly think it's not that bad. The only thing that really gripes me is the isolation and lockdown you get put in when you return home.
Yes.
That is a nightmare because I'm so close to my family after such a long trip. But yet so far, I cannot see them. And I'm literally half-hour drive from it. That eats me up. And it's 2 whole weeks.
Congratulations as well, by the way. I know that the brood is growing.
Chaos. Nothing but chaos.
Listen, man. There's a few guys that we've been speaking to about these little lockdown babies. Did you run out of Netflix and all that? You know what I mean? You got to keep your...
No, just seeing 3. Like 3's already crazy.
I bet.
Once we went from 2 to 3, it was... You can't get worse, can it? So it was already crazy, and then... And they were all, like, one day we were just sitting there, we were watching all the kids just enjoying each other's company, spending time, running around, absolutely causing a muck, creating a mess we'll have to clean up eventually. And I was just like, more would be better.
Yep.
Having more of these little buggers would be better. And I guess it's going to happen.
How old's the oldest one?
5.
2 years they can babysit, can't they? They can look after the little ones.
Not him. He'll have him like pairing off with the others, fighting each other. He's energetic, that one.
Mate, keep you on your toes. Keep you on your toes and keep you young as well. Speaking of family, I want to talk about you taking a break from the UFC before we got you back onto Fight Island, obviously to fight Darren, and it's well documented about the epiphany moment that you had. You running the dunes on a Christmas day. For people that are not too familiar with that story, please touch upon it, tell us what happened, and then how that has now affected your approach to mixed martial arts.
I guess I was just burnt out. I was just burnt out, and I was trying to grind for this fight that's happening now. A year ago, I was trying to grind for this fight, and I just reached a point where I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, I couldn't force myself to the sessions. I couldn't push myself anymore. I was just truly burnt out. And obviously I had to find the reason as well as like what I was burnt out from.
Yeah.
Like what is the what's causing it. So I had to go on a bit of a soul searching trip, if you would, of wondering if I still had the desire to fight, if I still had the desire to train, if I still or if it was something else I was doing, you know. And fortunately, I come to a good place, found a good point, worked it out, changed a couple of things with the great support of my team. I was back here, I don't know, 10 weeks ago, fought Darren Till and got the win, and here I am.
You were training 7 days a week, absolutely intense.
Yeah.
And as I just mentioned there, Christmas Day, running the junior Christmas Day. So what are you doing now? Have you lessened that load? What have you done?
Certainly. So I take Christmas off, and that's for sure.
That's always a good thing.
But I guess I try to balance the load, the weight of the training, the grind, the career, the business endeavors with what's good for my spirit, what's good for my soul. It keeps my morale up high, which is my family trips, my family moments, not missing those events. Because we fighters understand sacrifice, I think, better than anybody else. And I understand what I need to sacrifice and what I need to give up. But then there are some things I've realised that just aren't worth it. They affect me detrimentally opposed to, positively.
Exactly. The future as well, you know what I mean? You don't want to be looking back on
but that's
moments
why
that you miss.
I'm fighting, you know what I mean? Experiencing those events is why I'm fighting. So why am I missing them?
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. This is going to be a little bit weird because I've not heard you speak about this particular moment around that, because I remember the internet's a crazy place. And when you took that break, everybody's coming up with these crazy rumours as to why you were taking that break. And then there was the one about one of your children and then making the reference to you, obviously helping them out through an illness and what have you. And where did that story come from?
I have no idea. So when I took a step to the left, I kind of got off socials as well. Got everything. You need to leave the scene, right? And so one of my relatives called me asking if everything's all right, if I need help. And I was like, what? Like, what's going on? And then they filled me in, and it's crazy to see how news and media and gossip and rumors just blow out of proportion.
Yeah, exactly.
And how people not only feed them and put them out there, but they sell them to other people. They spread it. It's as bad as a disease, man.
But you as a fighter, you could take that because that's your will, but that was about family. You know what I mean? That was a family thing. That must have been, where does this come from? This is crazy.
It's just weird. It's just weird. Like, you just understand that the media is kind of loose, and I guess you can only take everything with a grain of salt, right?
Yeah. Like you say, originally this fight at the weekend was down for 248 against Jared. Obviously, it didn't happen. In the meantime, you fight one of our British fighters in Darren Till here on Abu Dhabi, and one of the nicest things, I suppose, in the build-up to that was the respect that you two, I know we've just been speaking about social media, but the respect back and forth that you two were having a bit of a go at each other. There was a lot of fun in there. The chips and dips thing on the Instagram thing, it had everybody really zoned into the fight. But when the actual fight got down to it, it was absolute brutal chess, basically, is what it was for a good 25 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's we were just having a laugh. I think we got very similar senses of humour, so it was very easy to just understand we were taking the mickey of each other, right?
Yeah.
So, and it was fun. That's the whole thing. It was fun. It was lighthearted. You could see we had respect and honour for what we did, but we're just taking the a little bit. But I guess when the fight came to it, we're both, we're two of the best in the world, and you saw that.
How mentally taxing is a fight like that when you're constantly thinking?
Yeah, it's very mentally taxing. It was 25 minutes of being on, at the highest levels, and it was tiring. It was very mentally tiring, but that's done now.
Coming away from that with a victory, though, with the changes that you'd made in camp and the new approach, that can only help build confidence even further, can't it? A victory like that?
Yeah, certainly. I'm good at what I do. I know this, and I trained hard for that fight, but I've trained harder, I would think, or along the same veins for this fight. I'm ready for a fight. Me and my team have put together game plans to counter everything, to work into every facet of his game, of every facet of his strengths. And yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to putting it to the test, to seeing where we pair off.
Yeah. What does he do well, Jared Cannonier?
I think he's tough. He hits hard. He's very well-rounded. He's versatile. He's resilient. That's key word with that guy. He's very resilient. He does a couple of things very well. But I just don't think he has me covered anywhere. I don't see him having any angle that I'm not better at than him at. So I look forward to this fight. It's 15 minutes, which is a huge change to what I'm used to.
Yeah.
I'm very happy it's 15 minutes. And I'm looking forward to leading the dance, taking this fight wherever I want it to. I can take this fight wherever I want to. I have every skill set, under the sun to take this fight and beat him across the board.
I was going to ask you that about the length of the fight, because you are a championship fighter. You fight 25-minute fights. That's what you fight. With this being 15 minutes, does that make you even more explosive?
Mate, I hit pretty top speeds when I explode, so it's hard to say if it'll make me any more explosive, right? I guess it just changes the pace. It's going to be more. It's going to be different. It's a different beast. The lead up is different. The preparation is different. You can't afford to lose rounds. Mm-hmm. It's a different dynamic, and I'm looking forward to having it.
What do you make of his comments about your oblique kicks?
I don't know. I'm going to kick him in the leg. Like, I'm going to do it on him. We're fighting, man. You know what it is? You can't pick and choose what one. I don't like him punching then, okay? We cool? He doesn't punch, and I want to kick him in the knee. Can we agree on that? Nah, so it is what it is.
It's not an official line on this fight, but I think a lot of people will conclude that this is a final eliminator. The winner of this, the next fight will probably be for the middleweight championship of the world. Is that how you're saying it?
Mate, I don't care. I haven't looked past Jared yet because I know how hard he's going to be, and anything can happen. It could be his night. It could be mine. You don't know. And honestly, I'm just happy with my journey. I'm on my own track. I'm doing my own thing, and I'm having a lot of fun and enjoyment out of it. So I'm gonna take this fight, and wherever it leads me, it does. The only thing I know for sure is that at the end of the fight, I'm gonna go home. I'm going to enjoy some food and I'll see my kids, and then I'll fight again. Like, I know this. That will happen.
Is that a change from the last time? When you were chasing to become champion last time? What was the mentality then like? Now that this will be a second occasion of obviously becoming champion?
Honestly, it's the same. I've never really invested too much into becoming the champion.
The trophy of it.
Yeah, getting it all. Like, I'm just in it for the journey. This is what I do to make a living. This is what I enjoy doing, and it's what I'm good at. So I guess not much has changed in that angle. I just think what I was then, I'm much better now. I'm a much more complete form.
Are there then any other things in mixed martial arts that you want to achieve, whether it be multi-weight or whatever? Is there other things that you look at, you think, I wouldn't mind having a go at that before I decide that I want to do this no more?
No, I want to have a go at everything. I want to be champ again. I want to do everything. Why not? I'm open to everything. I just don't invest a lot of time into thinking about it because honestly, it's a very simple formula. You just win fights and you end up at the top. Like there's no hocus pocus to it. It's really, really simple. I think people make it seem more complicated than it is. Like you need to plan it from birth. No, you don't. You just got to train hard and win fights, and that's it.
Well, with that then, with Israel being the champion at the moment, obviously a guy that you've been in with previously, how do you look back at that fight? And is that one in your mind that you think, I wouldn't mind having another crack at that one?
No, I want to, regardless of losing the belt or not, I want to have a crack at him because I lost to him.
Yeah.
I'm a fighter at heart, and it doesn't sit well with me losing to anyone and just leaving it on that. And I want to run it back just for that sole reason. I understand he's a hard fight. Especially in his last fight, he looked phenomenal. But that's what I want to do. I want to run that back.
Well, we've got Jared at the weekend. We're looking forward to seeing an explosive Robert Whittaker over a 15-minute period. Listen, man, go well. It's great to see you in this mindset, smile on your face, ready to rock and roll at the weekend, and we're looking forward to it all going down on BT Sport. Go well.
Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it.